Long time ago, in the peaceful village of Ewu, located in the heart of Urhobo land, there lived a young girl named Oyeghe. She was the daughter of a wealthy and respected man, known for his wisdom and kindness. Oyeghe was as beautiful as the morning sun, her skin as smooth as silk, her smile bright enough to light up the village. Her laughter was like music. Her hair fell in waves like a river of silk. Her beauty was the kind that made poets write songs and artists seek to capture her grace. Many men from her village and neighboring villages came seeking her hand in marriage because they admired her beauty. But Oyeghe was proud and wanted wealth, power, and beauty that was out of this world. One day, a man named Okboru, a humble farmer from a neighboring village, came to her father to ask for her hand in marriage. Though he was not wealthy, Okboru was known for his hard work, honesty, and good heart. After so much thought, Oyeghe's father saw that Okboru would be a good husband for his daughter, so he agreed to the marriage. However, Oyeghe did not share her father's approval. Why should I, a very beautiful girl like me, the daughter of a wealthy man, marry a simple farmer who is not even handsome? She asked in frustration. She believed she deserved someone more powerful, more wealthy and handsome, and could offer her the luxuries she desired. But despite her reluctance, the wedding was arranged and Oyeghe became Okboru's wife. For some time, Oyeghe and Okboru lived peacefully. Okboru treated her with kindness and respect, though he noticed that she often seemed unhappy, especially when she saw the wealthier women of the village. Oyeghe in her heart still longed for the riches and status she believed she deserved. Okboru tried all his best to make her happy. She was practically treated like a queen in his house. He cooked for her, washed her clothes, washed the dishes, and still went to the farm to provide food for the family, while Oyeghe sits around doing nothing, but often likes to go to the stream to watch the water as a pastime. One day, as Okboru went to work on his farm, Oyeghe sat by the river, brooding over her life. As she stared into the water, a tall, handsome stranger approached her. His clothes were finely woven, and his skin as smooth as marble. His smile enchanting. He was the most handsome man she had ever set her eyes on. He introduced himself as Odi, a wealthy trader who had just arrived in the village. Odi was captivated by Oyeghe's beauty, and she in turn was mesmerized by his charm and riches. Oyeghe was speechless. She has finally seen the kind of man she had been wishing for. Handsome, powerful, and charming. Over the next few days, Odi continued to visit Oyeghe by the river, showering her with gifts and promises of life of luxury. She soon fell deeply in love with him and began to plot her escape from Okboru, believing that Odi could give her the life she had always dreamed of. One evening, while Okboru was away, Oyeghe packed her belongings and followed Odi into the forest, leaving her husband behind without a word. They traveled deep into the woods, where Odi told her of a beautiful palace that awaited them. Far beyond the village, Oyeghe, filled with excitement, followed him eagerly. As night fell, Oyeghe began to feel uneasy. The forest grew darker, and the path became narrower. Strange sounds echoed through the trees, and she noticed that Odi's behavior was changing. His once kind and charming demeanor became cold and distant. His laughter, which had once warmed her heart, now sent shivers down her spine. Finally, they reached a location, but instead of a grand palace, Oyeghe saw a small crumbling hut. Confused, she asked Odi, "Where are we?" Odi turned to her, with his eyes looking very frightening. "This is your new home," he said, his voice now deep and hollow. Oyeghe's blood ran cold. She was extremely terrified. "I am not what I seem," Odi said, his voice now cold and echoing. "I am a ghost. The beauty you saw was borrowed from the dead to lure you." His face started changing. His once smooth skin became grey and cracked. In tears and a shaky voice, Oyeghe said, Why did you do this?" Odi, with a frightening voice, replied, "You wanted perfection, beauty, and power. I gave it to you at a price. Now you belong to me." Extremely terrified, Oyeghe tried to run, but it was too late. Odi revealed his true form completely. A powerful spirit known to the Urhobo as an Nigerian, a spirit from the land of the dead. He had disguised himself as a wealthy trader to lure Oyeghe away from her dear husband and her village. Oyeghe tried to run, but the forest closed in around her. The ground beneath her feet began to shift, pulling her deeply into the spirit world. She screamed, but no one could hear her. The darkness swallowed her cries. Meanwhile, back in the village, Okporo searched for his wife, but she was never found. A farmer who saw Oyeghe eloping with a stranger in the forest told Okporo he was sad for several months. He was very devastated. Oyeghe did not return back to the village. Nobody saw her again. The villagers began to whisper about her disappearance. Some said she ran away, while others believed that she had been taken by the spirits as punishment for her abandoning her kind and loving husband. Years later, Okporo remarried a beautiful girl in the village, who loved him with all her heart and bore for him 6 lovely children, 3 girls and 3 boys, and they lived happily ever after. While Oyeghe's screams echoed through the forest, but no one could hear her. She remained trapped, lost in the spirit world, where she would never see her husband or family again. Her pride, her betrayal, and her disobedience had led her into the clutches of a powerful spirit who had now claimed her as his own. The story of Oyeghe became a warning to young women in Urhobo land, teaching them the dangers of pride, greed, and disobedience. To this day, elders tell the tale of the beautiful girl who abandoned her true love for wealth and status only to lose everything. Thank you for watching.